Can I just start first before we do anything with I raked manually my rug today.
Raked?
Yeah, my vacuum is too like suctiony. I hand raked my
Can
rug.
we switch seats? Can we switch seats?
Nope.
We're talking about hand raking rugs on this pod. Pro Jam high five. No, you guys high five.
Oh, well, my hand's real.
And then one person Pro
Look
Jam.
how sweaty my hand
It's
is.
been a long time since I've seen that album cover.
Jeremy
It's very
Spoker. Fuck you guys. Welcome back to the Ace Owner Podcast. I'm back with my wife, Jack. And Josh and Shelby
Hello.
are both back.
What's up?
You guys have both been on here, right?
What's up? Yeah.
Sad. I really want to switch seats. Thank you guys for coming on the Ace Owner Podcast. Really appreciate it.
It's over.
We'll see you guys next week. Good night. We are joined back today by Mr. Josh Ekrit. It's like secret, but with no S.
Yeah.
Or Seacrest.
Nope. That's too many S's. You take away an S. Don't add. Don't add.
It's too late, man.
But
It's
I
on
will
the
see
pod.
you at the New Year's Eve ball.
Well,
What?
That he hosts that. God damn. Do you
Of
guys
course you would
guys
know
get
that.
him-
Of course
know
you
that.
would know that.
I know him as the
Oh,
host
I'll
from
see you
American
at the.
Idol.
I'll see you next week at the Thanksgiving parade. Josh.
You don't
edit,
watch that?
Edit that out.
You don't
No.
watch? You don't watch the Macy's Day Parade?
No.
We don't have cable.
What do you do on Thanksgiving morning? Talk to
You
each
have
other?
Sleep.
YouTube. It's live.
You have a YouTube? We get on the line.
Rewind that. I
We
did
get
not
on
say
the
a
interweb.
YouTube.
Oh,
You better rewind
replay.
it. You have a YouTube. Go ahead.
She's right. And you'll find that out when you go back and search for
Joke's
it.
on you guys. I'll just cut the whole thing out.
Damn.
Okay, so the reason why we are joined by these two knuckleheads. By the way, thank you guys for coming back on.
Hey.
Whatever. It's fine.
This is the first time we've had two people on, and I feel like I'm just going to do this.
You are.
So a little while ago, I asked people online, like, do you have any questions for tattoo artists? Do you have any questions as clients? Do you have any questions as anything? Like, is Ink Master real? So we had a bunch of people online ask questions, and I figured Jackie could be our Dave Navarro,
Hey.
since she's the only one here who doesn't tattoo. Ask us the questions.
The
am
master
I?
of chaos.
You're a tattoo artist.
Oh.
You're
I was,
Born in
hoping,
Indiana.
I was hoping to be like
You
Oliver
raked your
Pecker or
rug.
something, you know?
You need a toothpick, though.
You want a toothpick?
You got one?
Just put my phone in your mouth.
Gross.
You just do that.
Actually, we do. I could text Christian. He could bring you one.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I really don't want to hear her smacking a toothpick the whole time, like hitting the fucking.
She'd be trying to
microphone.
flip it and get it stuck.
Shut up.
So Jackie, should we just go around the table and introduce ourselves first, or how do you want to do it?
I'm Shelby.
Ah, Jesus Christ. That was so loud.
Sorry, I didn't realize how close I was, and you said introduce ourselves, so I was just going ahead
Let
of
me
the
just take
game.
these off.
Pop that one off a little bit.
I'm just too much. That's me.
I don't think it was too
This
much.
is Shelby too much. How long?
That's pretty good.
How long? Yeah. She smells like a
it could
cold
be
can
your
of green
nickname.
beans.
Otherwise known as the bubblegum onion.
There it is. Get that out there for the world.
The initials are BO, and it's the truth.
Can I switch seats with somebody,
No.
please? Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Josh, who are you,
playing
buddy?
it.
You want to?
I'm Josh. Not too much. Like right amount, Josh.
That's what your wife said.
Ekrit. I am Josh Ekrit. I'm Adam's apprentice. I've been Adam's apprentice for a little over a year.
It's great.
Yeah, and then who are you again?
I heard you cheering.
Don't you do it.
No, who
You're
you-
going to be a dick. Don't do it.
No, you've been tattooing for 14 years?
13. 14 in March. 14 at the end of March.
This whole time I'm going to edit into her face.
Please do this one.
You trying to be a hot dog? All right. So, yeah, you've been tattooing 13 and a half years. Mm-hmm. I've been tattooing 13 and a half years. Mm-hmm. We actually started the same month. It's not her birthday or anything that month, so no one really cares. You've been tattooing for how long now?
A little over a year.
Has it been over a year?
Yeah.
Feels like forever.
When's your actual month?
Well,
When did you do your first tattoo?
September.
Wake me up when September ends.
Jesus Christ. So do you count like, all right, so most tattoo artists I've seen a lot online, like where they're like, oh, I've been tattooing like 3 years. Bitch, I knew when you were scratching out of the house 12 years ago.
Yeah.
The 3 years trying to be cooler. Like,
Oh, then I've been tattooing for 5 years.
Bullshit.
damn. No. So like, where do you count it? Do you count from your first tattoo? Do you count outside your apprenticeship?
I always counted it from my first tattoo just because I didn't have a traditional apprenticeship.
Where are you going to count it at?
I don't know. That's tough for me because like my first tattoo was a fucking blur. It was like, here
What
we
was
go.
your
We're
first
doing
tattoo?
this. The Riddler emblem
Yeah, on me,
Adam's leg. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Nobody does.
It's about yay big.
Yeah, it's a little guy.
I don't even remember seeing it. Does it still
Well,
exist? Did you
fuck
get it
you
lasered off?
guys for not checking out my legs. Because I'll go to the public pool and little kids will just come up and rub their hands.
You don't go to no
up my
public
hair.
pool.
And they really like how the hair looks when they rub their hands up. If the president can say it, then I can say it.
Sometimes I go in there when you're tattooing and I'll just pull your pant leg up and you don't even know it.
Yeah,
And I just
he's
take a
like
peek
always
at it.
licking my ankles.
Pull his boot down.
Yeah, why are you
Cowboy
licking
boot.
my boot ankles? Trying to get that peanut butter, you know what I'm saying? So anyway,
Peanut butter cup.
the peanut butter cup. I count from my first tattoo because that's when I started tattooing. Of course, I did my first tattoo to get my apprenticeship. So
I got fired for my first tattoo.
did you?
Yeah.
I should have got fired.
Because of it?
I was a body piercer at the time. I wasn't supposed to be tattooing. My friend Casey came in and I said, I don't want to do a piercing. I want to do a tattoo. And I did. I tattooed life on her lower stomach.
So did someone set the machine up for you or you just knew how to do it already?
I don't know that it was really set up properly, but I
She
did a
forgot the rubber
successful
band.
tattoo. No, I actually did that part. It was a little too tight, actually.
First time in your life?
It broke.
Let's
Nice.
I think I saw this tattoo when she was in there.
You did. I showed you a picture of it too. You're a bastard.
That's a good joke.
It was hilarious.
Thank you. I'm still laughing. Jackie, do you want to just ask us questions?
I mean, you already took the first question from me.
Oliver, are you okay?
You gotta clinch a lot of things nowadays.
What? Switch me seats.
No. Do you think portfolios are important and
No.
why?
No.
So you don't think they're important?
At a certain point, no.
Why?
Why not?
I don't know. You can only show the same stuff so many times.
But like, what if someone's really good, then they hold on to the fact that they're really good, and so they just stop putting it into their portfolio, and then they start slipping or they're not as good anymore because they take it out of, you know what I mean? They keep using old photographs
Well, I'm not
instead
saying.
of posting new ones. Like I'm calling myself out here
Well, I'm not
because I don't post
know.
anymore. Really.
I just think there's only so many lions you can post, and only so many like. I don't know.
Technically, your whole portfolio could be like, say, like Facebook. Do like albums. Like, here's my lion album. Here's my rose album.
Every realism artist could do that. Yes.
Yeah.
No problem.
That'd be funny.
I think the idea there would be, and jump in by any means, we're gonna have to interrupt each other the whole time.
Yeah.
Is like, hopefully the last line you did isn't as good as the one you did today. Like hopefully
Right,
you're
yeah.
improving your lions.
Sure.
So then you post a new lion and then just delete the other one. If you're filling your portfolio up with lions and they're all the same quality, yeah, that's redundant.
I think it's important in the beginning of your like building clientele. Yes.
That's where I was going to say, like, we're in
I
obviously
don't-
such different places. Because
Yeah.
to me, it's everything right now. Like, it's, like that's all I like. Just want
I'm glad
more
I
and more.
had a portfolio when I was younger to look back and be like, damn.
oh no, for sure.
But like
Remember
now,
when you
I'm
thought
just
you were
like,
good?
I don't know.
Like, oh man, I killed this today.
Yeah.
Click, click.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna post it online for grandma to like.
Oh yeah.
And now look at it going, oh.
Bitch, just at me. I can hear you.
No, but for real though, like that's no, and I agree. But the thing
Yeah,
that
no,
I would
it's-
say about portfolios wise is that when I'm posting things, people get really critical at the point of 13 years now, right? You're posting things and you're like able to take huge strides
You're like
with
a
each
baby.
piece. You know what I mean? Like you're able to grow so much more when you first start working out, you lose a lot of weight. And then you kind of plateau and I think it's hard, man. It's hard to plateau and that's Portfolios to me are kind of like how I check myself. I still think we should all, even as a shop, because, I don't think we mentioned this. We all work at the Rue Morgue Tattoo Gallery, our sponsor. You like that?
Check them out.
You like that? I think we should all like critique each other's portfolios actively all the time. I think that would keep us on our toes. Like, hey, I did this today. What do y'all think? Because we can pick it apart. I'm like, I think your value's up here, or Shelby, maybe don't hide, Italian words inside people's tribal Bible. Good.
Tribal Bible. I like that. It's Bible tribal, but that, it's fine.
Can I switch seats?
Dude, I got tons of Bible tribal on me.
Is that smell?
Gross. I showered literally 30 minutes before I came here.
It ain't working. What'd you eat today?
Lasagna.
Switch me seats.
I demand it. How do you all charge for tattooing?
Inappropriately.
You guys charge?
They're
When
they're
the fuck did we
allowed.
get ice cream?
They're allowed.
Josh, you take this one.
Man, for me, it's going to be very different than how you guys charge because
That's why
No,
you're
the
here.
the
Yeah,
idea is
no.
that, listen, so hold on. This could be really educational.
Yeah.
When the only thing people are getting online is online TikTok influencer type answers, cool club guy answers, or like just trying to appease everyone. But I think we need to give them the other side of the coin. The reason why I wanted you guys on here, we originally wanted Miles on here as well to kind of round it out even further. But he wasn't able to make it tonight, which is fine. You've been tattooing the same time I've been tattooing, but you're a woman, right? So she's a woman. Well,
I know.
I'm not gonna go there.
My dick's bigger than
You
yours.
owe me
so
$5.
it's
Oh
fine.
crap! I guess I owe you $5. So, but your outlook in the industry, which I don't know if we should get into this very deep or not, what you had to go through in that time period that we've been doing, we literally started at the same time.
Yeah.
But our journeys are completely different, even as old school as we started, because I'm a man and you're a woman.
Right.
So there's just even that. And then
Sure.
you got switch over where you manage shops and ran shops and help out shops. And then, but I've owned a shop for so long.
Sure.
So even our time frames are just,
Yeah, no, we're
so
completely
different.
different in the industry for sure.
Right.
I mean, even how we charge is completely different.
Right.
Just to
Well,
get-
style different, everything else,
Yeah.
our soaps we use are different. But Josh, you are just starting out and you're learning off of all of us, including both
Yeah.
of us. And you have kind of like that new, fresh outlook too. And I like the kind of jaded side that we've got and the new, not so jaded side you've got. That perspective is really cool. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring us all together. So as we're going through these questions, just answer how you feel because we know it's all completely different. We're all going to
Yeah.
disagree.
yeah, but for how I charge, like I'm trying to build to get to where you guys are as far as a stable price. So sometimes I charge hourly, like I just try to guess how long that tattoo is going to take me. And I'll try to do like a discounted hourly rate and just come up with a total like that. Or if it's a piece I really want to push, I'll make those even cheaper.
So I started doing the half days and full days because I'm like, you get a 4-hour block and an all day block. Personally, I like half days to finish sleeves. I don't like them for anything else. Because once I get going on a sleeve and it's like the 4-hour gap is gone and I'm like, I just got going. And now I have to quit. I prefer working 8-hour sessions each day, but I realize now after so many years of doing it, fatigue, I've always been really good about fatigue. I want the first stroke of the needle in the skin to be just as good as the last, and I find if I do too many days, so like for instance, this year I opened up my books and I booked 5 days a week instead. But go 5 days a week. I'm like 5 days a week doing what I do though, with the amount of detail, I'm just brain dead. And
Well, going back to 5 days a week because you were 4 days a week before this year.
yes. And now I'm going back to 4 days a week because I need that. Plus it's not like this. This is obviously not the only thing I do is tattooing.
Very taxing though, and people that don't tattoo, that just get tattoos, they may not understand how taxing it really is. Like your eyes, your back, your body, everything is strained, especially if you're tattooing for 8 hours.
Well, dude, and then you think about like for instance, my guy today, an hour before our appointment, I even confirmed with him what I'm doing on the phone the other day, and by all means, this is fine. But an hour before the appointment, I got an email that had like spacemen and stuff in it, and I'm like, we're doing a lion. What is this? And it was a cover up of another lion, and I'm like, bro, which is cool. I mean, we made it work, and it was awesome. But I'm like, man, I already mentally prepared for this lion portrait. And then you throw that. I'm like, well, and I'm just a very blunt artist too, where I'm like, hey,
That
that's
happened
not
to me.
going to work for a cut. Yeah, it happens all the time,
That
right?
happened to me literally 2 weeks ago. A lady came in for a consultation. It was supposed to be the whole cherry blossom tree. And at the time of the consultation, I tried to talk her into just doing the branch because it's cherry blossom. You know, if it's not pink, it's not going to really translate. And she was understanding and then came in for her appointment and had decided that week before that she wanted just the branch. And I was like, well, I don't have just the branch prepared. And I was like in full blown like tree mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the
mentally
shape of-
prepared to
yeah,
do it.
Like so I was like, we're gonna have to reschedule.
Well, and it sucks too because people just assume like, oh, I think this tattoo is going to take you 2 minutes to do anyway,
Yeah.
or this will take an hour to do anyway, and you're like, you don't know. Like, there's mental prep. I don't charge you for 5 hours the night before designing.
Yes.
When we get done with this podcast, I have to find a Tim Curry portrait, and then I don't even know what my 2:00 is yet. She hasn't emailed me back. I know her, so it's fine. But all night tonight, I'm gonna have anxiety until I wake up in the morning and find out what I'm doing on her. Then we'll be able to whip it up, and it's fine. But dude,
That would be crippling to me because I legit study these fucking pictures or like whatever my reference is. I will study that shit for hours. Like,
yeah, no, dude.
It's wild.
Do you guys ever find yourself driving badly and just like looking at your designs on the way to work?
Yes.
All the time.
All the time,
I'm gonna
right?
die probably
Dude,
because of it.
Yeah. Like I'm just driving to work looking at it like, all right, how am I going to shade that monkey eyeball?
I have to do more than just the design though too. Like I have to mentally prepare for the client.
Yeah.
Like, especially if I've tattooed them before. And I love all my clients, truly. I don't have clients anymore that I don't like. I just don't tattoo them anymore. You know what I mean? Like, everybody I tattoo, I love. I love the clients that I have. But it is mentally exhausting. Like, what am I going to talk to them about today? Are they going to ask me about my life? Like, my life is a shit show, everybody. Like, I don't want to open wounds every day, you know? So it's like, I got to talk about why the sky's blue today, you know? Like, that's also mentally challenging sometimes.
No, it is. And I try to come out into the booth and talk shit to all your guys' clients all the time. And I know that backfires on me a lot with people's opinions. But I'm doing that because I sit in my booth and as y'all know, I never shut the fuck up.
This is why I just started laughing.
Yeah,
You're
right?
like, yeah, it is hard. And I'm like,
No, I'm not saying
stop.
I'm saying it's hard for y'all. Like, not me. Dude, if you're not supposed to talk about religion, you're not supposed to talk about music. I added that one. And you're not supposed to talk about politics. Motherfucker, as soon as you get your stencil on, who'd you vote for? And by the way, isn't the Pope a piece of shit? Did you see what bloom? And I read my clients, but all my clients
Sure.
are like wanting it.
Yeah,
They
no, for
want it.
sure.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because by the end of the day, I can't even form a sentence.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm having trouble trying to
Sure.
like stay on task. My ADD's going crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm already I tattooed all day today, and I'm out of spoons.
Well, it's nice for you too because like your setup is, you have TV in there and all this.
He
stuff
watched anime today,
I
dude.
know.
We
It's
have
horrible.
TVs on our line.
No. Hold on, real quick on that note. He watched anime.
I know. In
What's
Okay.
wrong with anime?
in
it's
Japanese.
in a different language.
you
so-
sleep to that shit.
I was
what he
complaining about that today. I was like, this is like going to bed. In fact, now I'm getting drowsy. No, like as I'm tattooing, it's just full blown like ka-pa-pa, ka-pa-pa. And I'm like, what is? You get to read it, dude. And he's like, I love this show. I'm like, what is this show about?
the best was he was like, I watched this episode this morning.
Oh my god.
You know what?
I got him to put on South Park.
You should.
Things were okay.
You should have made him read it to you. Like if you're gonna put
Do you know
this
how
on,
exhausting that would
then
be?
you have to read it to me so I know what's going on. And then they would probably be like, "Nah,
This
let's
is-
just find
Let's
something
pick
else."
something else.
This is why you need to be at the shop. This is why you need to come to work. Because you would think about that.
You can read it to him.
Ooh, piece of candy. Why don't you read me some of these questions?
Yeah.
How? Why? No, I ain't reading shit to nobody.
Today, Junior.
Why are most shops cash only?
Because we're fucking outlaws, man.
Is that really?
I don't
Why
really
do you
know.
prefer-
It's
like, what-
easier. It's
Liars. Here's why. Josh?
Because we ain't paying taxes, motherfucker.
That's what it is. Most tattoo shops, you got it right there. Most tattoo shops don't pay taxes. Most tattoo shops go through the whole, I'm going to live in a mattress and not have to, I don't want to acquire homes and so forth. I didn't do it because I don't trust banks for so long, but I had to grow up eventually.
Well, it's also
You know?
got to be kind of too. If everybody's independent and they do their own thing, it's expensive.
Credit card fees are expensive.
Yeah, it costs money.
Like truly.
Everything is expensive, and it
Like
all just adds up.
until they had like Zelle and Venmo, like when you can like transfer your money instantly with like no like payment. Like Venmo, it takes like 1 to 3 days to do it for no fee. But Zelle is bank to bank. So like
Which
with
is why I
that,
take Zelle now.
It's great. Like that's
Yeah.
great. But like cash was just easy because anybody can dispute a credit card charge.
There you go. That was the big one I was going to bring
And
up.
the
Yeah.
credit card charges are expensive. Like you're paying like 3%.
It's honestly, it's
on
a favor to
everything.
the clients because you don't have to raise your prices because you're paying credit card fees and all this extra shit because all supplies are
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Well,
So
and
it all
they
adds
keep
up.
going up.
Right.
And it's not just the inflation. Inflation is the excuse we want to use. It's the corporate greed of all these companies that are raising it up.
Yeah.
Inflation's up 8%, but things are up 40%, 35%. That's not inflation. That's corporate fucking greed.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a corporate company full of greed. So there's that. But 100%, I didn't take credit cards forever because of the dispute.
When I worked at Irish Ink, we had somebody do that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And well, what would happen if they got if their card got declined?
Right.
Like-
Well, I've had that happen too, where customers have had to pay me like the next week. Granted, it's always been clients that I feel are trustworthy. Like I've never had it happen during like a real shady client. But actually, that's not true.
I was like, I've
That
had.
yeah.
that catfish that I
What?
did. The guy, he took like breaks like every 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
He sat in my booth and was on the phone with his wife trying to figure out how to get me paid for like almost 45 minutes.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
I had a guy that was like, "Oh my God, I got done tattooing." This was at the old room morgue in Shelby, Kentucky, and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna go real quick. I got to get my kid. I'm so sorry. I got to run. It's an emergency. I will definitely pay you. I'll be right back. I got to get my kid. And I'll come right back." I'm like, "Okay, I can wait for like an hour," and that's it. Then I started calling around. Yeah, I started calling around. There was old bars called like Clancy's and stuff. And I'd be like, "Hey, is blah, blah, blah there?" "Yeah, he was just showing off his tattoo, just cut out." And really call him up. "Hey, I had to get my kid food and blah, blah, blah." I finally called the PD department. They came in. They were like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Man, I've never had this happen before. This is theft." They're like, "It's technically court cost." And I'm like, "This kid's on probation." No. "Oh, give me your phone. This is officer blah, blah, blah. If you do not come back to the shop right now, I'm going to violate your probation. You're going to jail, buddy. And good luck coming through our county again," and just threatened him. And it was awesome. And I was like, man, the next morning he met me at 8 o'clock in the morning at the gas station in Franklin, which is where I lived at the time. His nose was bleeding. He's like, "Here's the money, man. Sorry." I'm like, "What'd you just do? Punch yourself in the face?" And he's like, "Man, I can't wait to get back in." I'm like, "Not with me, buddy. Good luck finding another artist." Like,
He went and did a bum fight so he could
oh,
get the money.
dude. He sat in his car and punched himself in the face to be like, "Look, he had a bad night."
How do you like your clients to prepare for their tattoo session with you?
Lotion.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
It is the worst to tattoo dry skin.
So lotion before.
Oh, God, yes.
How long
How
do
come
you
you've never
recommend
told me
lotioning?
that?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2
beforehand.
weeks.
It's even on my website. I'm
2
almost positive
weeks.
that's on my website.
Yeah, lotion's great. I say lotion forever after your tattoo too. It makes them look better.
Sure.
Eat.
Yep.
Eat real well before the tattoo appointment.
Hydrate.
Hydrate's
drink a lot of
great.
water.
Yep. Don't drink the night before. Oh, bathe.
No,
Damn it,
for
I
real.
was trying to give you that one.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I heard you because we have headphones on right now.
It's so real. If you are not clean, you can't expect us to be able to focus on your tattoo. It's so hard.
Have you done the teardrop yet?
What's the teardrop?
Oh. You go down and go right back up.
Oh,
Did you do it?
you guys both did. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude. So,
No, I didn't know about the teardrop.
when you're working on
I
a
have
dude,
to work back like this sometimes.
No. You do? You work through it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Telling you guys right
If
now,
it's
straight up.
I've sent people home, especially
I
with
will send you home
piercings.
like that.
Especially when I did piercings, I would send people
No.
home.
No.
Dude.
I will send you home. I'm telling you guys right now, if you're one of my clients and you do not smell well, there's a CVS down the street. There's dude wipes.
I'm also not tattooing people for 6 to 8 hours a day either.
Sure. When I do a thigh and your crotch smells, teardrops happen. Like the one that one where I go down and go, whoop. Now your teardrops happen because we're rescheduling, and your booth fee is just when like I don't know. I don't mess. If
Now
you
that
know,
I know about the teardrop, that will come in handy.
dude, here's
You're
another
gonna
one.
do it just for fun. Oh,
Well,
this
here's
is
another
fun.
one. Like, well, we could talk in tattoo code, and then now you watching will know our tattoo code. How's your client today? You'll just be like,
Yeah.
and we'll know, you know. No, so
I went in the back and I fucking put sweet
I-
and sour sauce.
Oh
in
my
my
god, I
nostrils.
remember when you
did
told
you
me that.
did you fucking really do that?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, I looked all
like
over.
He's
I was
about
like,
to fucking work on a cadaver. Or
I was like, what do
something.
I do? Like, I wanted to do this tattoo, and I was like, I got to be able to like get through it, and then that didn't work. So,
Clearly.
of course, I don't know why I thought it would. I was like, maybe it's strong enough if I just pop it in there to be all right.
Sweet and
No,
sour.
it'd be better to
was
ask
only-
for a
it was
couple
that or
tampons,
soda.
It wasn't even.
man.
It wasn't even sweet and sour sauce.
did
It
that
was-
first.
It was duck sauce.
It was
No,
duck
listen.
sauce, you're right.
Next time, just ask the females in the shop because we have like 18 girls that work at the shop now.
I end up finding deodorant.
I
in the
have a
bathroom.
nose. That's my deodorant, man.
Well, I'm glad it was there.
Because,
Appreciate it.
Because hold on, this goes both ways. Sometimes I used to work so hard, dude. No, seriously,
I worked so hard. I got so stinky.
No. Listen. Like back in the day, I would work so hard. That's why I don't have any sympathy for this new age.
Like 14 to 16 hour days. is what
yeah,
he's
but
talking
I would
Yeah.
also sleep on my bed on my massage table, wake up the next morning and tattoo another 14-hour day,
And realize you got
And then-
in so trouble.
and then sleep on the bed again the next night wearing the same outfit. Like I used to be a tattooing animal. I mean, really, 100%. That's why I don't have any sympathy for these kids nowadays. Like, it's hard out here.
I took
My
showers at the
fingers hurt.
YMCA for the
Aw.
first 6 months of my apprenticeship.
Now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. Anyone else's fingers hurt? Like 100%, man. So anyway, the smell. Here's the thing. Every time I get tattooed, and you can contest to this, when you tattoo my head, I buy new shoes. When you're tattooing my dome, I don't know if you notice now. Now you'll notice. Like when I'm gonna get the back of my throat or neck, the back of my neck tattoo.
Technically,
He's
it
going in the back of my throat. Miles is going deep.
Yeah, I bet he is.
No, so when I'm getting the back of my throat tattooed here next month or whatever, right before Christmas break, so I don't have to worry about healing and like doing these head motions a lot when I'm tattooing. You know what I'm saying?
But
I will buy new shoes.
why are you taking your shoes off to get your head tattooed?
You're not. I'm just saying it's etiquette. If
Yeah.
I'm working on your leg and you have smelly socks or shoes on or old shoes, that's fucking gross. I can't tell you half the time where I'm tattooing people and their foot is on my chest.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
100%.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I already opticide my clothes when I leave anyway. I'm going to die from that shit.
Feet are
but,
rough.
But new shoes, new socks, not a problem.
It's great.
Just go get it.
Yeah.
If you can't afford new socks and new shoes, you can't afford the tattoo.
I'll take clean ones. That's fine. They don't got to be new. Just clean. I'm
yeah,
good.
clean. I mean, clean's cool, but I mean,
I'll take clean.
I also like to buy new chucks.
Yeah.
So there's that. Jackie?
Yeah, I smell great. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the next question. What are your thoughts on numbing creams and sprays?
I use it. But I hate when my clients use it.
Why?
Tea.
I feel like sometimes it changes the consistency of the skin.
You do? I've never had that problem.
Okay.
I have.
Have you?
When you don't use what I prescribe,
Yes. Okay. Dr. Numb is a good one for that.
yeah, and
Makes it
then
rubbery.
like any of the shit people have been getting off Amazon. I don't know if
Yeah.
you haven't ran into that.
No, I tell my clients red speed numb.
I also tell people
Exclusively.
not to use it because when that shit wears off, it's
Yeah.
like a fucking
That's
train.
what
hits you.
happened today, or it didn't work, and he worked himself
Yeah.
up thinking he was going to be numb.
All of
then he
it just
wasn't
hits
numb.
you all at once, and it's terrible. I would rather ease into it. Even when I got my throat done, I didn't numb for my throat. If you remember, I had you numb during.
Yeah.
But I didn't numb because I needed to feel that like an ease into it because I would not have been able to make it.
Well, plus too, like the way I tattoo. To be fair, I start brushing in.
Sure.
I'm not like, and we're learning
Yeah.
metal.
That's me.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
the numbing stuff is just not good for the
I wanted
style
to
of
put
art
that
that I
out
do.
there because that's what she does. Ready? And I'm like, wait. Can we go get a drink? So I'm like the biggest
Fries.
wimp.
I think we got fries almost every time we tattooed
salt,
your head.
you mean salt sticks
I
from
think
Shell
out
Creek.
of the three of us, I'm the only one here that doesn't despise getting tattooed. where I'm at right now.
That
Yeah.
will go away.
I bet it will, and I understand it. Like when you're doing it,
Yeah,
I
you
get it.
feel
It makes
it,
sense.
like,
you're
you
now
know.
gonna hate it because you do tattoos. So
Yeah.
you're pretty much 99% covered before you
What?
did them.
yeah,
So now that you do them, you're gonna be getting
Josh?
tattooed.
No, I mean like it changes the way it feels after you start tattooing.
Yeah, when
other
you do it to
people?
everybody all day for a living, you're like, you know exactly what's coming.
Well, I also
There's
know
no
what
like
they're
anticipation.
doing.
Yeah.
And then I look down, I'm going, this should be like, I would be like Veer by now. And I look down and I'm like, whoop, and I'm like, you're not even to the lips yet, Aaron. I love
Seeing it
Aaron
up
Peters.
close
Peters is like
is
my
so
favorite
different.
tattoo artist, right? But he's a slow artist. And so every time he tattoos me, I'm like, just prepare myself for, this didn't take any time. He's getting faster. But I still go, yep, nope, just a little leaf tip. It's been 4 hours, a little leaf tip. It's going to look great, though. It's going to look great. When you tattoo as long as we do, you know a lot of mindless bullshit.
A lot.
You start
there's so
learning
much
a lot.
research that goes into everybody's tattoo that they also don't know about.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
truly.
man, I don't do Polynesian tattoos anymore. But I remember being like, okay, so I put a shark in here because shark means this. And this turtle means this. And when I looked at you, I kind of thought it was like this and this and this. And yeah, that was just the Polynesian days. Or like the tribal. Each tip meant something. Nowadays, people just put it on, this shape looks good. I'm like, well, you got to follow anatomy, but also there's reasons for all these lines. And it's like
Hooks
when you do
and-
kanjis, the brush starts thick here and then ends here. People just, that's a line. I'm like, it's not a line. It's a brushstroke. And you starting from here to here means that's a different word.
Yeah, you have to follow the rules of calligraphy in that sense.
You have to.
Yeah.
And I see so many artists now just, blow.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's something that's kind of died off, and
It
you guys
shouldn't
are,
be, though.
You guys are kind of gifted with that because that's fucking killer stuff to know. Like I don't know all that stuff yet.
I'll teach you.
I know. I'm gonna ask you about kanji for the next week,
Dude.
and you're gonna be like, "Shut the fuck up about
No.
kanji."
I love doing
No one
kanji.
gets kanji anymore.
Yeah, I, love it. Like,
really like doing kanji.
I do too. I kind of wish like they would. I think they'll come back. Everything has its ways.
I did it like a
Barbecue
month ago.
grill.
What's that?
Fish. Soup. Remember,
Toilet.
remember when everyone over in China was getting like normal American words like that? Like
Yes.
or
was
refreshment.
That
No,
was looking funny.
Ariana Grande got that tattoo on her palm,
Oh.
the kanji symbols, and a bunch of, I don't know what, technically, if it was Chinese or whatever it was, but they were like, that says barbecue grill.
That's amazing.
It's complicated though. There's multiple fucking
Yeah, if
different
you, like,
dialects and
If you even just add like the stroke like is this way and you just make it go down like 45 degrees, it's completely different.
Yep.
It's
Wild.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
I would
Imagine having chicken scratch in that language, like writing it, and it like you have terrible handwriting. Like what the fuck?
Well, it's even worse when it's just anime on TV and all you do is hear the kanjis.
No, for sure. I can
Konnichiwa.
totally.
I heard that today.
I know. I heard it a couple times, and
Yeah.
I wasn't even in there when I heard it.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So this one is a comment from Michael Hockman.
Oh, what's up, Mike? Mike did his first tattoo on me.
Did he?
Yep,
Nice.
still have it.
He says, a quick few minutes about artists taking care of themselves throughout the day, not feeling guilty or believing that they're doing something wrong by stepping away, non-smokers especially, and unplugging from the piece, earring, stretching, or building breaks. Time between appointments should be mandatory throughout the day.
It's eat, not ear.
Where?
Eat.
Oh, fuck. I'm dyslexic. All right.
Well, also too, I realize you're Ron Burgundy too because it's like, damn it, who put the misspelling on the prompt? This is how it was actually like written, but this was on the Facebook post. Basically, what he's getting at is, I don't smoke. You don't smoke. You don't smoke, right? But I take a break on the hour every hour, and I tell my client, I'll take a break, mental break. Want to walk around? I'm gonna talk shit. I'm not wasting your time. I'm mentally resetting my eyes, mentally resetting my brain, so I can come back at your tattoo and come back at it hard. Sometimes I get in the rhythm so much where I don't want to stop. And my clients are like, "Can I use the bathroom?" I'm like, "Of course, whatever you want. It's your day."
Sometimes I'll sit there with my gloves still on and
Yes.
just wait for them to come back.
Yeah, I'll just sit like this.
Yes.
Just I'm not contaminating anything. Just so you know, I'm not touching my phone.
Yes.
I'm just doing this, or
Yep.
I'll walk out of the shop and be like, "Everyone good? Everyone good? Good? Because as soon as they get done pissing, we're back at it.
Yep.
I'm in the rhythm.
Yeah.
But it is important to take those if you are an artist. So if you're a client and you're like, man, my tattoo artist stops all the time, communicate. I would say communicate with your artist and be like, hey, is it okay if we don't stop? Because it hurts so much more when you stop and start and stop and start. And
With my
back into
style,
it.
I definitely try to get to big milestones in the tattoo before I take a break. I do know people who will stop like halfway through the line work to take a break, and
Yeah.
I'm like, why? You know, like
or like as soon as food walks in the door, it's break time.
yeah.
And it's like, no.
I'll let my
no,
food
like,
go cold if I haven't got the lines
Yeah.
done. Like truly.
When I do portraits or like animal portraits or just faces, because I mean, I'm not a realism artist. That's a huge misconception in the industry, local industry for me is I do realism. I don't do realism. You guys know that. I do like stylized charcoal sketch ism, illustrated, very illustrated.
Yeah.
So I'll get to the nose break. Even if I'll get to the nose break, and if I can get to the eye done in 30 minutes, I'm still going to take a break. Because that's my, I'm like, get done here, look at it, walk away, look back to it. I see it with different eyes. There's a reason why painters will paint and then step away and then paint, and they're looking at it. They're
I
looking
used
at it as a,
take a
you know?
picture of it too halfway through.
I do that at the end.
Yeah. Sometimes if I'm like on my like long break for the session, I'll take a picture of it so I can like see it from like that like
Well, and the
perspective.
camera doesn't fucking lie.
No, it's
So-
crazy the shit you see
Yeah.
in the pictures that you're like, how the fuck did I not see that? Like, it's crazy.
Well, you're in the game, man. You
Yeah.
know, and then that's where that fatigue. You got to really watch that fatigue.
Yeah, and when you're on something like this the
Yeah.
whole time, you're
Yeah.
not like back here to see the whole thing, you know.
Well, speaking of faces and stuff, I mean, that's how I can relate to you guys. That's what I do, right? Is like when you do like a triangle, I do a little circle shape, and then I do a little moon shape, and then I do a little blend. That's a nostril. There it is. Done. I'm not looking at a nose half the time. I'm shape,
Right.
shape.
Right.
And that's where the efficiency comes into. I'm like, I'm trying to do it shapes. So after a while, it's like, and then things never look, I don't know about you guys or not, but like for me, and you know this because you're doing realism as well. You're going, that doesn't look right. And then you get the next part, you're like, okay, now that does now, like that looks right. But this looks
It's
fucked
fucking
up.
trippy.
And then you do the next part, you're like, okay, now that looks right. And it's like, it's never quite right until it's done. And that's where I believe like the photos don't lie.
Yeah.
That just came from years of going home and going, I can't post this.
Yeah.
I didn't shade back that ear.
Right.
The ear is still skin tone and the nose is skin tone. So what is the ear the same height and level that the nose is? No, that ear needs to just have a little bit of gray wash back. And then I started doing a Photoshop to my work. I would take photos and I'd put them on Photoshop and then I would burn tool them and look at them and be like, okay, I needed to do this. Okay. And then the next tattoo, I'm like, remember what that burn tool looked? I did this.
It's crazy.
It needs to
helpful.
be a little darker. The problem is that we have people in the industry that go, burn tool, burn tool, burn tool. Okay, now let's just post it. It's like, no, you don't post it. This is a tool for yourself to learn what you do next time.
Yeah.
And then when that client comes in, you're like, got to knock that ear back. A little bit shading, you know?
Well, for me, like what you were talking about with the shapes, and like it does take a minute before you see it start to come together. So you're sitting there fucking doubting it and critiquing it already, or I am anyway. Like, that's not right. That's not right. And then you get to that point and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, now it's starting to look right. Sometimes to me, that's when it's nice to take a break because like you get that and you can stop doing that and be like, trust the process, do your fucking shapes. Do
That's
the
where
thing.
I'm at with that back piece I'm doing on Les.
Yeah. She's got this big back piece on I mean, he's 73.
It's giant.
Yeah, no, you definitely have to take it in terms.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I want to point out with this one, especially to you, Mike. Dude, you're an awesome artist. You own a great shop. You're an awesome artist. You're an awesome artist. We all are surrounded by awesome artists. It's really hard. We all critique each other and like move within certain parameters of everyone else's like moves all the time. I think it's really important to like look at it and be like, you know what? This works for me.
Yeah.
This is how I get my product. And I think we get caught up in that rat race a lot. And that competitiveness is fucking awesome. Because if like you're killing it and you're killing, especially you, if you're killing it, because the goal of your apprenticeship for me is you're going to blow me out of the water. I need you to kick my ass.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to make it easy on you. I'm going to make
know.
you chase me. So it's like the more you advance, hopefully I keep advancing. Like that's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Let's make monsters.
Yeah.
But I think we kill ourselves and shoot each other in the feet because we're like, oh, well, Adam did a whole half sleeve. I mean, you do it all the time. I'll
Oh,
come
dude,
out and give you
it's
shit.
so hard not to right now.
I did a lion that's like this big today, and you did a portrait this big and it got them done by the time you were halfway done with the portrait. And it's like, oh, and I'm like, we're taking all day, Josh, and we talk crap. But ultimately, if the result's the same, your client's happy, what's the problem? I would say take as many breaks as you need, but communicate with your clients. I tell people that the first hour of my tattoo all day sessions, I have an 8-hour day. The first hour is prep. If you do a 4-hour day, the first hour is prep, which means you get 3 hours. That first hour, I don't charge you for design time. I don't charge you for all the hours. I don't charge you for the time I'm driving in my car looking at this, breaking the law. Sorry, Dad. I don't charge you for any of that stuff, but I do charge you for that time. And when I take breaks, it's not because I'm messing around. And I think that all of our clients, and in particular, all 3 of our clients, know that.
Yeah.
What about the people that take too many breaks?
Well, they're fucked up, and these people should find new artists. I'm booking in April.
I'm booking right now.
I think that's where it comes into communication. I know a lot of clients will be like, so you're stoner, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, my last tattoo artist, we would smoke a bowl and then like hang out and tattoo and then smoke another bowl. I'm like, well, that's great. I'm not going to do any of that with you.
That
like,
ain't me. Bud.
Yeah. And they're like, I'm like, well, it's kind of that, not to be a dick, but it kind of comes into that whole same thing where it's like, oh, my buddy could do that for like $50. Then why aren't you at your buddy's house? Like, this is what we're I'm not trying to like get one over on you, pal, So no, I think communication's key. Being blunt's key. Overly honest is key. If you have an issue with how your artist is operating, simply talk to them about it.
Yeah, I don't really know anybody, especially in our shop, that takes too many breaks. And I feel like if I saw even like my fellow artist like taking a break at a really awkward moment in a tattoo or something, I feel like I would say something.
Yeah.
Because that shit does fucking hurt when you go back to it. Like when you stop mid lines, like, damn.
I was gonna say I get pissed at myself when I have to pee when I'm getting tattooed because I'm like, oh, it's gonna hurt so bad when I come back. So I try to like pee real fast. I'm like, all right, I'm back.
Bladder infection, but this tattoo's gonna be sweet.
So with that and going back to numbing cream, do you guys feel like you're racing a clock when you're tattooing somebody that uses numbing cream? You're just
it works for
doing
you
your
as long
thing.
as it's gonna work for you, and we're grateful for all those moments and times.
I will have already warned my client that it's not the best for the style I do.
I tell them that you just rock out, but I can't. My favorite thing is when I stencil a whole half sleeve or lower sleeve or whatever, and they're like, "Can we apply it again?" I'm like, "Unless you want to wipe." That happened today.
Yeah.
Unless you want to wipe off the top half of the line, I could re-stencil. I'm like, I'm Nico, but Nico does it well. I don't.
Yeah.
I recommend we keep it. You like where it laid?
Yeah.
Put a little debt towel on it. You put the top on, let the rest fall as a mine.
We're lucky I didn't have to do that 3 times.
Yeah, right.
So what would you say is considered a good tip?
I will start this question answered by going, because this one's hard. I will say anything is appreciative. Something is necessary. I didn't get tipped today. Not a problem. I'm not angry about it. I don't prorate my day. I prorated my day. I keep doing these things, right?
Yeah.
I'm never going to ask you for a tip. I charge you what I appropriately need charged. But if I'm going above and beyond and I'm really pushing it, hey, can you
If you're late.
push, like today? Can you push the little bit of color? Do you care if you put color in the eyes, or do you mind if you? And then people ask little things, and I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'm sorry, let me rant on this for a second. If I'm renting you movies and I'm literally paying for movies for you, oh, I really want to watch that movie. Fucking rent it. It's fine. It's a tax write-off because I pay taxes because I do cash and sell. Because I'm not a stupid idiot. I pay my taxes. You're talking like, if I rent movies for you, if I buy you food when you get an all-day session. Sometimes even half-day sessions where I'm like, we're eating. I want you to eat.
Yeah.
Ixo faxo. I do the gift, and it's nice. It's nice.
Even if it's like, my wife made you these cookies.
Oh, man.
Shit, that'd be
Like,
dope.
dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
I had a lady that used to tip me in a handle of Crown every time she came in. Yeah. And at one point, I had like 8 handles of Crown at my house. And I was
Purple
like,
bags everywhere.
I don't even drink like this. So I just started gifting them to people.
Nice.
No, I would say anything. I mean, would you guys agree with that? Anything's
Yeah.
nice?
Anything.
So have you
But
seen
something, right?
Yeah.
So I follow everything in the industry, being new in the industry, but have you seen like popular pages where people ask this, and fucking regular people go off about it.
What do you
There's
mean?
a lot of people that don't understand the tipping of tattoo artists, and they think it's just like charge what you should be, what you'd be paid. You're $150 an hour,
hairstylist.
blah blah blah.
Which I can understand
exactly.
that. No, I can understand that for sure.
I get it too.
I do too, and that's why I'm never upset.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this and I've tattooed you all day and you didn't tip me, don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, no, I have
I
clients
don't
that
feel bad
never
about
tip,
it.
and it's fine that they don't.
100%.
I still tattoo them the same way.
Yes. Yeah. No. Thank you.
Yeah.
100%. You're not going to get a lesser tattoo the next
No.
time if you stip me on a tip. What I'm saying is that appreciativeness, is that a word?
Sure.
Let's rock.
Sounds right.
Is
Appreciation.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Appreciation is appreciated. Let's go.
It is. And I know, like, when I was just a client of yours, to me, it was like, it was such a different experience anyway. I'm sitting there, you got fucking HBO and all this stuff. You fed me all day. You, like, it was just, it was a different thing. So, like, to me, that like, yeah, it's like you tip. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
never expect people to like tip 20%, even if somebody
Yeah,
throws me
no.
$20. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, okay,
that's
so
tight.
you-
Help me fill up my gas tank. Like,
You
that's
look
cool.
at, yeah, I was like, oh, I'll feed my kids with this one. That's a
Yeah.
big, yeah, 20% of an all day session that I charge $1,500, which is less than $200 an hour, which is the average rate of a tattoo artist out of their apprenticeship is $150 to $200 an hour. So, like, I charge like a 2-year tattooer. I still do. You charge way below a 2-year tattooer.
Not
you're,
really.
You're 14 hours in. You should be $200 an hour minimum.
I am $200 an hour.
Oh, you are? When did that happen?
It's been that way for three
We're booth
years.
rent. I don't fucking know what you guys charge. I'm not greedy as an owner, as much as people may say
No,
that.
you just get confused at where I do my half days and my full days.
Yeah, they're
My
gross.
half days and full days are still 600, 1200, but I only do 3 hours and 6 hours.
Oh, you know what? I never caught on to that.
Yeah.
I guess I needed like your voice to be zeroed into headphones, and then me to actually go, I care for a second. Let me listen to that.
Yeah.
No, you know what? That's smart. Actually,
Yeah.
maybe.
Because I'm already bullshitting for an hour of their tattoo anyway. And not in the aspect of I'm actually bullshitting. It's stencil time and paperwork time.
I charge for that. I just
Which
yeah.
is fair. I just
Yeah.
don't. We do 2 totally different styles of
no for sure.
shit.
Well, look, once again, you can't compare.
Sure.
You know, you
Yeah.
can't. You can compare when you're a client,
Right.
But artist wise, we would just go crazy going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tipping thing is weird for me. Like, the fact that people are upset. Like, why would you tip?
I tip my photographer.
I tip my nail people that fuck up my nails.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
You
oh,
remember that
thank
lady
you.
that did my nails that one time?
Yeah.
I still tipped her.
Me too, but it may be less than what I would have
Sure.
if they did a great job. But I still like, oh, I feel bad. That's just, this is your form of
Yeah,
art.
I
You
still
took your time.
tip 20% to a terrible waitress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Part of
I
the
don't-
wage.
But see, I don't go out to dinner if I don't have money
Exactly.
to tip.
Yeah, same.
And I'm not going to
Exactly.
go get tattooed if I can't. Even if, like when you guys tattoo me, we all sneak each other tips. Or we all like, I'm not going to charge you, dummy. Just tattoo me next time. It's like, well, here's still a couple $100. Or like, hey, don't pay booth rent this week. It's fine. Or whatever. That's
Yeah.
normally what I try to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's what was like
Don't get excited,
frustrating.
Miles.
Seeing people like freak out about it, and they're like, just charge what you need to make, then blah blah blah. But I don't think a lot of people understand that, like, a lot of tattoo artists don't get the full amount of what they're charging. Like, there is,
If
they
we
get a
charge people
percentage.
what we should truly charge people, nobody would want to get tattooed.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
Well, I look at that, and that's also to kind of jump in weird segues, but people ask me for my paintings, and I'm like, or if I can do a custom painting for them. You can't afford it. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, because if I charged appropriately for what I could do tattoo-wise, for how long it would cost that painting's going to be like $20,000 for how long it's going
Yeah.
to take me to do it.
Right. Yeah.
I tattoo my bullshit paintings super fast and fun, but if I'm painting something for you, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to love it. And yeah, yeah.
Can I branch off of the tip question? What's the worst tip you've ever received? Mine was a packet of Chex Mix Spice Mix. I still have it in my toolbox.
Just the spice mix.
yeah, I
not
could
the
make it
checks?
at home.
Oh,
You know,
It was like a free sample, is
damn!
what
I
it
should have
looks
put
like.
that in my nostrils.
Serious.
That might have.
I don't know. That kind of smells like armpits.
Yeah, checks is stinky.
I don't have anything that comes to mind on that.
No?
Because every tip is appreciated.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm not just trying to be like, ooh, every tip, I'm so cool and thoughtful. Like, genuinely, I can't think of
No,
one.
it's appreciated because I get to laugh about it now. But like, it's still like one of the weirdest things.
Yeah,
That's
I've
a
never,
hilarious one.
I've never had. What's the best tip you ever got?
handles of Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my clients gave me a 32 revolver.
Damn, that's
And
cool.
I was like, what? Did you kill someone with this thing? He was a cop. It was fine.
Nice.
He was an officer. It's
Nice.
fine. And I was like, dude, this thing's like awesome. Yeah, I would say that'd probably be the best tip.
Cool.
The best bartering, because bartering's key.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what bartering is, it's because we're tattoo artists, and if we want something and you have something, we could just tattoo you for that one thing. Love that shit. The best, because I mean, time is money anyway, right? Like I tell my kids and stuff all the time. I'm like, Dad didn't buy this with money. He bought it with minutes of his life, and that's how you look at money. It's minutes of your life.
is.
So if I could just get this guitar and then tattoo you for it. But my Gibson Explorer over there, the 120th anniversary edition, traded my buddy Mike White for that.
Oh.
Straight across.
Man, I haven't seen Mike in a long
I
time.
know, man. He went out. He went to Guitar Center, used his credit card at Guitar Center, swiped it to make payments for that guitar, and then boom,
this.
Yeah, I
tattoos.
remember when that happened.
So
actually.
anyone wants to do anything like that, 100%, I am down.
I'm looking for
Ow.
a casita, a 13-foot trailer. I want to travel the world. Well, the country.
I was gonna say, good luck with that.
Yeah.
A submarine trailer.
Yeah, like
Submarine.
it could fly, maybe even.
Maybe it's the wild thornberries. You never know.
Fuck yeah,
Ooh.
dude.
I kind of would think Magic School Bus.
No,
Go out there and
that.
see all the duck sauce and
I'm
his
definitely more
nose.
like Donnie, though. I'm definitely not like
Yeah.
Miss Frizzle, you know.
I hated that show.
Which one?
Wild
Wild thornberries? Yeah. Well,
They
No, I know, but I
yeah.
remember Donnie. Yeah.
they had their movie was pretty dope.
Was
I
it?
like that one.
Never
I
saw
didn't
it.
really like the wild thornberries.
Hey, remember when we used to tattoo Taz all the time?
Dude, yeah.
Tasmanian Devils for life?
Yeah.
Like all
Now
the
we get to
freaking-
do
You guys
Stitch.
are old.
Stitch is the new Tasmanian devil.
Is it? You know what? That's true because I have Pokemons
many.
too.
Not
I've
as much
tattooed
as
a
Stitch.
shit ton
If
of
I have to do
Pokemons.
one more Ohana tattoo, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna
I've done a shocking
Johanna burn
amount.
this house to the
I'm
ground.
pretty much just gonna do it, but in my head, just know I am judging.
No, Ohana means family.
If I could have gotten tattooed
Is that good?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, thanks.
back in the day, I would have totally been one of the people with the Taz tattoo.
Which is
Dude.
cool. That's cool.
I was obsessed. Oh, good.
Actually, you know what? He turned into a tornado, and I don't like those anymore. Next question.
Here's a question from somebody online, Joshua Pfeiffer.
Good name.
That guy.
It's a good name.
Fuck that guy.
He asks for you guys to talk about apprenticeships,
Aw.
how it works, what requirements and expectations.
I'm not
you
gonna
have.
apprentice you, dude. Stop
My,
asking.
my apprentices fail every time. I have to fire them. So
9 out of 10 don't survive is what my mentors told me. 9 out of 10. Chase Jones, who was my apprentice, held on to that. And actually, that's why he pushed through. And then you, shut up. And then
I count them.
You count the apprentices that get fired from the shop?
Yeah.
there's a
Like
lot
counting
to count.
sheep? Are you going to sleep? Okay. What I ask of an apprentice, like the requirements, is for you to care, to be humble, to want this for the right reasons, to understand that you're not a rock star. We're
What are
all
the right
losers.
reasons?
The right reasons to want to make people happy in their skin, to literally make people's life complete. You know, I always use that lame poem or that outlook from Michelangelo that I really like. He said he never used to carve statues; he would release them; they were already in the stone.
That's rad.
I love that because every time I get tattooed, I feel like it was already there. Now I can see it, and that I truly feel like I'm becoming more whole every time I get tattooed.
Yeah.
And I want you to always want that to happen for other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, truly.
I
No,
love
I-
I love tattooing because a piece of me lives with somebody forever. Like I think that's really fucking cool. And if I make that experience bad, which is what I try to teach my apprentices that never make it, you know what I mean? Like you're literally marking somebody forever. Like if you have a bad day, your bad day is now in that tattoo.
You can't have a bad day. There's no crying in baseball. You can't have a bad fucking day. I've said that a lot last
And I
4
do.
months.
I do reschedule people when I'm not feeling
if
it.
I'm like, you're not going to get Adam today, you're going to get and then and I don't want you to do that. No, experience is number one. That's why I built the reward to be the way it is. And 100%, you need to be learning all these good habits from the beginning.
About 2 months into my apprenticeship, someone came into the shop to get a tattoo covered. And
Was it one of yours?
no, no, I would have covered that. No, and it was nice. It was a good tattoo. There was nothing wrong with it. And it's like, why do you want to get it covered? And the experience, it was just off. The vibe wasn't
Yeah.
good.
Ooh, yeah.
My experience was bad, so I don't want this. And I was like, fuck, that stuck in my head forever. Like,
Well, that's good. And
Yeah.
you know what? Let's make a promise to all of our clients watching right now. 100%, we're never going to do anything that's going to ruin us be the ones tattooing you. I'm not going to you're not going to,
No.
I don't have skeletons in my closet.
Yeah.
They're on display in the shop. We're not going to do it. I tell people don't even get famous people anymore till they're dead.
yeah.
And 5 years dead. That way we don't find some crazy, weird, creepy crap out.
Yeah.
They were on the list. No, I just got them on my throat. No, 100%. It's a sacred bond between two people. And no matter what they do, their weddings, if they get sick, if they're having a baby, if they're losing a baby, your art is with them during all those moments. We are literally helping people come along the way. See, we can be all poetic and be like, that's so deep and cool of us, because it is. But if you run into someone at the gas station, that memory is in their head forever too. In life, all of us are connected. If you run across somebody or see someone online, that person's even subconsciously with you forever. But we're not hidden in your brain in some weird random memory. Like, I met you at
No, yeah.
We're on your skin.
Yeah.
And oh my God, you're trusting me to take. I tell people all the time, I feel like tattooing is as magical as we want to make it. You take these needles that are just in different groupings. Everyone in the world can have the same needles, but only certain people can do certain things with those needles. You dip them in little pools of black and colorful ink, and then you make these things come to life on skin by different pressure, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild that you can make someone's grandma appear on someone's skin. It really is.
And not just that, but you make them feel something because that appeared there. And they feel that forever every time they look at it. That's fucking cool.
Back when we started out, the industry was very different. You couldn't say these things. You couldn't be poetic back in the day. You got called all kinds of horrible names
Yeah.
because you weren't cool enough. But that's how I feel about music. It's the same thing. I was able to take my musical philosophy and just apply it right to tattooing.
Yeah.
And that's about creating a human experience and response. And fuck, if it could be happiness. And that's kind of why I like to talk shit at the shop. Let's keep it light. We get it. But come here to escape. Come here to be in a different world. That's why we have been collecting these weird relics from all over the world. Because we're like, you can't see a Nile crocodile anywhere else. Smithsonian doesn't even have one. But we do at the Roo.
I do answer a lot of emails of clients or wanting to be clients because they've had bad experiences with other tattoo artists. They're like, please tell me your people fit that vibe. I'm like, pretty much everyone here fits that vibe. Just what's your style? What are you trying to go for?
Yeah.
That's a big one too. I don't know if that's on your questionnaire, and I'm sorry if it is, but I know we're running on time anyway. 1000%, I think that's a big one too, is find the person that fits your style. And if your artist can't help you find someone within that style, even within the shop or within another shop they're not even a part of, and they don't have your interest at heart. They're just trying to make money. That's a good red flag right there. Go to someone who's excited. If your artist is not excited about your tattoo, please don't get tattooed by that artist. I mean, it's really that simple. You into this today? Whatever, man. I think Taz is dumb. Screw you, Animaniac. I'm out of here. You just leave, right?
Okay, so Beth Parr Hale asks you guys to talk about no-shows, canceling last minute from the client and the artist's perspective.
Cancellations last minute.
Fuck.
On both ends.
It's so brutal.
Cancellations,
I understand
no-shows.
people being sick, and I understand the babysitter thing. I understand now being a parent. However, if you no show me, I will never tattoo you again.
There's no reason to no call, no show.
At least give me the courtesy, even if it's 15 minutes before, to at least tell me you're not going to be there, because I've already gotten a babysitter. I've already done my part, and here you are not doing yours.
The
Do you remember?
hours of prep,
I'll
the
say,
hours
remember?
of
Yep. Go
all
back to the
this
beginning.
stuff. If you don't even have the decency to be like, I can't make it or reschedule or something, it's crazy, because then we're put in a position where that's income that people were counting on like we have families, we got kids, we got all this other stuff. Now our day is nothing because you just didn't show up, didn't say anything. We can't even fill it. It's super last minute. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you wouldn't even
it's
find
such a
out
bummer.
until like been waiting for like 20, 30 minutes and finally like, what the fuck?
And we're all normal, reasonable, cool people. If you got something going on, tell us. Just let us know.
Here's the biggest misconception I think I have with my clients is they think, oh, you're booked up forever, so it's fine. I've been running into that. I'm like, no, it's not fine. I'm booked up forever. I'm not booked up forever. I'm booked up with the clientele that is dedicated to want to get tattooed. But here's the biggest misconception, and then I want to jump off this one because I'll go negative about it. Sorry, because I just know I will. It's the wrong week for me to go negative about no-shows and stuff. If you're like, oh, it's fine, let's just reschedule. It's fine. You act like that's okay because I'm just going to make the money I lost today tomorrow or whenever you reschedule it. That time is gone and it's fleeting every moment of every second. We all have the same clock. Y'all get it. Just because I'm doing the tattoo on another day doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's fine. No, it's not fine because today I'll never get back. And I should be able to tattoo someone else that day, which just means double the profit, but I'm ripped away from it forever.
I mean, it's like if everybody has jobs, all of our clients have jobs, they fucking work. If they showed up to their job and they were like, what are you doing here? And like, what do you mean I'm here to work? And they're like, no, not today.
My favorite
Like,
excuse
they
I
would
get,
lose their shit.
my favorite excuse I get, and my favorite one that I'm like, I'm sorry, then you lose your deposit. And I'm cold about it. Is sorry I had to work. This is my job. I'm trying to work.
Right.
I get you had to go to work. That's why I'm here to work. You
The
think
people that think
know?
we do this as a hobby is like a joke.
Or hey, you want some publicity?
Yeah.
You can tattoo me. I'll tell all my friends to come get
I'll
tattooed
tell
by
my
you.
13 friends about
Totally
you.
I'll
cool.
tag you
That may be
everywhere.
cool for you, Josh. And right now it should be cool for you.
Yeah, I'll take that.
But for where we're at, bitch, I need someone to give me ho-hos.
Yeah.
Where's the cream filling in that, motherfucker? There ain't no cream filling.
Yeah.
Some guy named Miles Haysmith.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to know about pricing. What's justifiable versus what's reasonable.
Well,
What are you willing to pay?
I think what's reasonable is what you're able to agree upon. If you're artist, you love their work, you admire. So I happen to really, really like Gibson guitars. I can buy much cheaper guitars to play, if not probably better, but just as well as Gibson guitars. But I like Gibson guitars. Gibson charges this much for their guitar. If I want a Gibson guitar, I'm going to pay the price that they set forth.
yeah.
I would say it's an agreeable situation between you, your funds, your family, your unit,
Yeah.
and the artist.
Everybody has a price point.
Yep.
Everybody does.
I know an artist that's a state away that charged $27,000 for one sleeve. $27,000. It's a beautiful sleeve.
It's nice.
And not to be braggadocious, but it's nothing that I couldn't do. And that's the difference. $4,500 to $27,000. His client is stoked. Not a problem.
Yeah.
They're willing to pay it. They're honored to wear his work. I'd be honored to wear his work. He is a fucking fantastic artist. I just don't have $27,000.
And I
so
mean-
therefore, I'm not playing that guitar. I'm going to go play
Yeah.
this little dude over here at the,
Yeah.
you know.
And I've never been tattooed by him, but maybe his experience is so fucking wonderful that people are like, yeah,
Maybe he blows you.
completely
Or what
fine.
if the,
you know?
what if it's the worst?
It could be, but
You know?
fuck,
Oh my
27
God.
grand and it's
What
the
if it's
worst.
a silent
Ouch.
appointment?
You convince yourself.
Yeah.
It's time for Jack's Facts.
Fact number 1. The global tattoo market is poised to grow from 1.78 billion to 3.73 billion by 2030. That's a lot of money. Fact number 2. Did you know, and I'm sure you probably do, that millennials are the most tattooed generation of all? Fact number 3. Did you know that there are only 2 sets of escalators in Wyoming? And that's Jack's Facts. Marie, yes, Kayla Marie would like to know about relationships with clients. Sexual, dating, hitting on,
I can't comment on this.
committed relationships, keeping the 2 separate, and or how to handle it all.
Okay, so this is one that came from my Facebook post when I asked a couple months ago. And she was like, relationships with clients. And I'm like, elaborate, because that can mean 1,000 things. Real quick, I don't think you should shit where you eat. Don't think that's a good thing. I've had artists that worked for me for years. I'm gonna talk as an owner for a second rather than a tattoo artist for this one. I've had tattooers work for me for quite a while who sleep with every good-looking client that they have, which is fine. It's just I never see those good-looking clients ever come in again, and you're not my client, so it's fine. But then again, how many people meet at work and just fall madly in love and have the best life story ever? So I really, once again, don't have anything concrete to say, although I've been with my wife for 18 years. So
We met at work.
sure did. But you didn't work there at the time. So at the same time, all the sacredness of being tattooed, like we talked about, really comes into play. Shelby, you're cracking me up right now. But at the
got
same
the T. It's like the
and you're
Kermit
married.
meme. Yeah, and to me, it goes back to the experience thing. Like you're not there for that. I'm not there for that. You
I
want a tattoo?
purposefully wear
Dope.
repellent.
Yeah, that's that BO thing we were talking about. This one could get saucy.
I know it's a tough one to like.
Well, you're talking about the experience, right? I can't tell you how many creepy people have asked me, or like even creepy friends, or friends that are being creepy momentarily have asked me, you tattoo like a lot of naked chicks and you see a lot of, chicks and dicks and stuff. Like, what's up? And I'm like, yeah, a lot. Actually, I've tattooed vaginas. I've tattooed more breasts than I can see. It doesn't matter. It's all, I don't like the word canvas. I think it's very rude and I think it's very disconnecting of the client. That's why it bugs me when it's said on TV all the time. But in that sense, 100% it's a canvas. There's no sexuality that comes into it at all for me whatsoever. I can have the best breast ever in my face, and I'm just going, hopefully I don't mess these up. Like, I'm not going,
So
man,
real.
these are nice. Like, oh my God. And actually, like, I'd rather tattoo an 85 million pound pearl from Blade. I'd rather tattoo Pearl from Blade than Jackie any day of the week, because Pearl's all stretched out already and just perfect white skin because he's a vampire. What I took from this, and I'll touch on it real quick because I know I want to kind of run through these last bit of questions here. Relationships with clients. I've recently even had clients, weirdly enough, it's been like a spike, asking for my personal phone number to be friends. Dude, we hit it off. There's a lot of clients I have that are really awesome people, and we have a great friendship while I'm tattooing them, and it's super awesome. But my book has been kind of closed for a while. I've had a lot of people burn me. So I'm not saying we can't be friends. I'm saying that I take things organically in that sense as well. But there are a lot of clients that get upset with you when you don't become immediately best friends with them, and then they want the friend treatment, and then it goes different. And so a lot of tattoo artists, speaking for myself, kind of tattoo with their arm length out when it comes to the friendship bond of it
Well,
all.
you get so used and abused in this industry as a tattooer because you're the rock star, right? Like you're the one giving everybody else the tattoos,
Rock star.
and yeah. And then it's just like it turns into this weird thing where I don't even think people really realize how much they're like using you in a sense.
Ugh.
And it's
Yeah.
just kind of like, I'm good.
Well, and then going into that too, we actually call them, this is the industry name, not my name.
Not us personally.
100% saying that out right there. I'm going to get clipped and canceled anyway. They're called ink whores. And that is a huge thing when you're a male in the industry. Women want to get tattooed by you or get an apprenticeship or work at the shop or sleep with you just for the tattoos. That is so common.
Well, and then it always backfires. It always turns into, and not always, I shouldn't say always, but
99% of the
a
time.
lot of the time, it turns into, well, he made me do this for the tattoo, when really it's your own personal regret for doing that for said tattoo.
And then you're living with that tattoo that's on you forever, and you're trying to get it covered up because now your experience is fucking shit. So
Well-
let's just
Hold
be
yourself.
professional. I'm married. Like, let's just be.
But
let's
then
just do our
again,
thing.
for instance, and I'm not gonna say anyone in particular with this, but if they're watching, they'll know I'm talking about them. So I'm not saying anything negative about this. I'm just gonna bring up your situation. I also know a lot of clients who have actually dated tattoo artists long term, years, decades almost, and then they run into the problem with they maybe split up or they have a falling out, and then they have unfinished pieces, and then that always causes like a weird rift between artists as well, which is fine because in the end of the day, going all the way back to it, our job is to make you happy with your body. I have no problem tattooing other people's stuff. I don't. Back in the day, it was, oh, you don't touch other people's art. If that person's going to you, they're uncomfortable for whatever reason. Not that you have to side with them for every reason they have, but they're coming to you for a reason. If they want it covered up and you don't want to touch it I just don't believe in that philosophy. My job is to make you happy while trying to be the best and most creative person I can be. And I can't do that if you gunk it up with weird friendships and relationships and stuff.
For sure.
So
Keep it simple.
yeah, and once again, communicate with your artist. Your artist may be completely different. Maybe they're the love of your life.
For sure. Yeah. And I'm sure it's a very unique experience for each person. So, yeah.
Kay Lloyd wants you to talk about the general do's and don'ts for clients and or artists.
Don't sleep with your.
Don't try to be
come
our
stinky.
friends.
I
We're
feel like we've
fucking
really
assholes.
covered a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Don't come stinky. Don't be an asshole. Hydrate your skin.
I would say a lot of it too. Also, please come with a really open mind to collaborate. If you're specific, that's fine. Be very blunt about that. Be very communicative. Please don't bring a spouse or a friend with you that controls the narrative and runs that over. When you're getting tattooed by people, I'm just going to run on some things I'm thinking of here.
It's true.
When you're tattooing somebody and you're tattooing this side of their body, I'm pointing at the right side of my body, and they think they're fine with their left hand to play on their phone, and then they drop their phone a couple times, or they're handing their friend their phone. Your whole body moves every time you jerk your head for the TV, or you laugh, or you cough, or whatever. And as I have a needle trying to do a precise little tattoo on you, and you're moving your whole body, you're shaking your foot, you're shaking your leg, try to be conscious of you're all one person. The largest organ in the body is
Skin.
and so if you move this part of that organ, this part of the organ might actually maybe jiggle too. That's just a couple things I can think of off the top of my head.
Man, if you got a change you want to make to your design, communicate that ahead
Say
of
it.
time.
Oh, dude.
No, not the day of. Don't show up.
No,
It's
but
different,
even then, I would say if you truly do not like it day of, no matter how awkward we may make you feel or upset because you ruined we had to make bills happen today or whatever, it's still your body.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And if it's your turn to go, do you like where the stencil is? And you don't like it, that's the time to say something. I will re-stencil you all day. Not happy about it, I'm sure, but I will re-stencil you all day to the point where I'm like, hey, okay, now I'm mentally not confident and secure enough to do this tattoo. We need to reschedule. But I would rather reschedule you and lose out on the money than have you get something on your body you do not like. I would rather you ask a seemingly unimportant question than not ask it.
Yeah.
So if you have a really weird question in the aftercare, but you feel you'll be looked down upon, made fun of, whatever, there are no stupid questions. There are stupid answers all day when it comes to tattoo. I'd rather you ask something you think is stupid that could save your body, your health, the community's health, and the artwork's health than not ask it. So
Yes,
please
please.
be communicative. That would be the number one thing I'd say. I don't want to beat the horse any
Yeah,
more.
we
than
don't
gotta
expect
have.
you guys to know everything you need to know. Ask. If you don't know,
Yeah.
fucking ask.
That's why
please.
we're going through apprenticeships and spending
Yes.
years trying to learn this craft. And we still, all three of us, we have, 2 decades or almost 3 decades between all of us. And 100%, we don't know shit about fuck.
What crazy experiences have you had tattooing?
Buckle up, guys.
They're all just bad male experiences. Like, there's not anything positive. I think the worst one is that we had to ban somebody from coming to the shop for vulgarly
Yeah.
talking to me about sex and asking me if a picture of me and my mom was my lesbian partner and like just all kinds of weird
Her
shit.
late mother, by the way.
So
That was extremely upsetting.
yeah. Like that's probably
You
the
weren't there at that time.
that was pretty bad. And that was like the first like 3-4 months I was working at the shop
Oh,
too.
yeah.
He actually even came back in, I think it was for a flash event that we had, and signed up specifically on my sheet. And somebody had come up and told me, and I said, I do not want to tattoo that guy. And you went up to him and you told him, you're not welcome here.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And I've never seen him again.
Yeah, because normally when I say something like that,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, a guy said something? It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, we have don't want to.
Yeah.
It's great because it's not like that everywhere.
No.
And like as much as this is a safe space for clients or whatever, it is for the artists there too.
It
And
needs
it's-
to be,
It
man.
has to be.
Yeah, it needs to be. I don't pretend to be the cool guy club, and I don't say pretty words just to say pretty words. I mean it. When I say Roo Crew, that shit means something to me. And 100%, I will always have your guys' best interest at heart. And I will always, if that best interest is, by the way, telling you guys I think you're fucking stupid and
Yeah,
wrong,
for sure. Yeah.
I will. That's if I feel like that's, and I vice versa. I mean, how many times have you guys both been like, "Hey, you're doing this. Probably would look at it maybe like this," and I do. We're human, man.
Yeah.
So no, the crazy experiences. I will say one.
Okay. Is it the one that I love? The story?
I don't know. Go
Probably
ahead.
not. No.
No, go ahead. Say it.
No.
We're almost out of time. Go ahead. Say it.
No. It's just crazy experience finding a naked girl on your.
That's it. Yeah. So I was tattooing late, and I went to the bathroom because those breaks are important. She didn't hear us talk about the relationship one that Kayla brought up here, but I went back in my booth, and she is full blown nude on my table, just going to town, as if that was going to get me there. And I was like, "Put your clothes on and get the fuck out." That young lady still has an unfinished tattoo by me, and I didn't even get paid. But whatever, I didn't get paid, and I didn't get laid. Next question. That was like 10
She
years
didn't
ago
pay.
now.
You didn't even get paid.
Why?
No, I wanted her out of the shop. Oh, listen,
leave the
listen,
money,
This
though.
is before things started getting really outed, which I'm glad they have. I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm a man alone in the shop with the woman who just got turned
yeah.
down. Anything could have got said.
True.
Cameras were 100% a thing after that, no matter where. We have the Arlo cameras in the shop, and I'll take them and I'll put them in the booth with me if I'm after hours.
Yeah.
I don't ever tattoo really people alone like that anymore, just because it's not smart.
How does social media come into play being an artist today?
It doesn't.
Doesn't.
No.
You fucking liar. All I will say is, with word of mouth and my view on social media, if you like an artist, you support your artist, whatever, like their stuff, share their stuff. It's word of mouth too.
It's
get
free.
it, spread it. It's
And
free.
it's
It costs
free.
you nothing. And there's so much shit to look at. I get it, but your little contribution makes a big difference. So
Thoughts on the industry and where it is today?
Is this the last question?
Yes, this is the last question. Shelby,
Shall we?
no,
You have no thoughts?
No thoughts.
No thoughts on the industry of today? I'm sure you have a fuck ton of thoughts.
let it out. Let it out.
Listen, when did we ever get paid for art? You know what I mean? Like, we should all be really grateful for this industry, and I don't think a lot of us are grateful for this industry.
If you didn't catch that, rewind it, watch it a couple times till it really settles in.
That's what I mean, seriously. We're just all really ungrateful in this industry right now, I feel.
I agree with you, and I like to say that I think there's also hope. I think when
Yeah,
you-
100%. I think there is, with the right minds and the right people like leading, but I think the people that we look up to, these social media icons, it's not real life. It's just not real life.
No, it's not. It's not the word of mouth, and the word of mouth is not good.
Yeah.
I think that we're surrounded by a lot of cool guy club things, and I think either you're in the club or you're out of the club. But also, I think we're 13 and a half years in. We've been screwed over by a million artists. We were extremely jaded in a lot of areas, and I think it's a flaw, and I'm happy to work on it.
Sure.
But 100%, I think that I'm looking at 3 artists and hopefully an artist one day. Comment down below if you want this chick to tattoo.
You scared me when you're like, when you start tattooing, it hurts you more. I'm like, oh God, maybe
You're
I should
pretty
just
much
You're almost
finish.
done.
I think
Yeah.
you're
I
almost
still have
done.
a lot
Yeah.
to go. Okay.
No, what I'm saying is I'm looking at a few artists right here I think that are extremely grateful. And I think that we're representing the silent majority of the tattoo world is right here. And I think there's a lot of people that feel that way. And I think there's a lot of we're, because of the social media warriors and because it is such a big thing to everyone, people are afraid to do it. And then it's come off where you have the gatekeepers. There's extremes on all sides. There's extreme old school dudes. There's extreme new school dudes. Not new school style. The
Yeah.
new age of tattooers.
Right.
And then there's a bunch of people in the middle that are just super thankful. And we thank you so much for getting tattooed.
Yeah, man, I spent my whole life thinking art was just something you do because you like to fucking do it. It's not something you can make a living and a career out of. And now, like, I actually can, and I'm super grateful for that. And I hope there's a lot of people like that.
Oh, and I think there
More
is.
than we think, you know.
And I think it's really reflective with how awesome our clients are for letting us make their experience on this little blip of life
Yeah.
so much more rad because you look better when you're tattooed. You're way better looking when you're
You are
naked.
much cooler.
I think that, tattoos
Way
fucking
more fun
slap,
to look at.
man.
Yeah.
I look like a deflated balloon.
But
Covered in artwork.
Yeah, a decorated deflated balloon.
And I like that.
Ew.
No, I mean like the
Nah, it's cool. I got it. Thanks.
Thank you guys so much for this one. Please comment down below if we need to elaborate more. If you have other questions we didn't respond to, didn't ask, or we didn't mention, or whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. I am burnt from tattooing all day today. And thank you guys so much for coming on. Shall we?
See ya. Oh.
Pound it? Pound
Like,
it?
see ya.
And slap hands.
Yeah, can we do the Pearl Jam?
Yeah. Everyone go
doing
like
the
this.
fist?
Everyone go like this. And then
I
I'll do
don't-
the
I don't
Pearl Jam
know.
high five.
I don't know.
There's not
what
enough
we're
of
fucking
us.
Doing.
Pearl Jam.
I don't
I
know the high five.
It's the cover
No.
of the 10 album.
Well, that's stupid. That's what it was for?
Yeah, Pearl Jam high five.
Oh, goddamn.
It's from the Foo Fighters.
I'm glad. I was like,
Get me
oh,
out of here.
It's the Foo Fighters. What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't like?
Put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, dude. You know.
I gotta go home and rake my rug.
Good night.